For viewers who would not be familiar with passage tombs, it might be worth saying a few words about the Newgrange site and the Boyne Valley. We're in an archaeological landscape which has huge importance in the context of passage tombs, which occur right across Europe, of course. But in the Boyne Valley, we see the culmination of tomb building at its best and most advanced. And the classic form of the passage grave, or tomb, and in fact we should use the word tomb because a grave was simply somewhere that you bury the dead. But a tomb is something that is much more elaborate and tells us an awful lot about the ideology and the culture of the time. And the architecture and the art and the design of Newgrange and Louth and Douth and all of the other passage tombs in Ireland tell us a huge amount about Neolithic society and civilization 5,000 years ago. Tom, you might like to describe what will begin to happen inside the chamber now.
Yes, well, in just a couple of minutes' time, the people in the chamber will get the first light from the sun. And as I said, the sun actually has to rise up. And but as I said, 5,000 years ago would have been just now.
The mound
it would have
picked up the sun. So it's about 5 to 9 now, Irish time, and the sun, at ground level, from ground level at least, has not cleared the horizon yet, and it's moving from left to right.
We solstice watch in the Boyne Valley, in fact, from December 18th until December 23rd. And we are here again tomorrow morning, cameras and everything, and we're here again on Sunday. And we had a very clear sunrise on Tuesday, and we had a good blast of light in the chamber yesterday.
And of course, the solstice will be on the 21st next year as well.
Good.
Because of the leap year effect.
Of course. Yeah. And I think it's a Sunday as well, so it'll be a busy day.
Well, we're hoping for some warmth from the sun because right now the temperature feels like it's about -10. As we said earlier, just a very small number of the passage tombs have alignments on the sunrise or sunset.
And even on the mornings where we don't have the sun, nobody will ever express disappointment in having made the journey down. Everybody just likes being here, as I said, to keep the tradition going of welcoming the sun on the shortest days. I mean, it really is an honour to be chosen, because when you think there were 28,000 people in the draw and only 50 names pulled out.
You're now seeing a fabulous view of the sunbeam from a ground level camera, I suspect, inside the chamber at the rear end of the passage. And the sunbeam is now widening and brightening and beginning to slowly illuminate the darkened chamber from within. It's only at this time of the year will the chamber be illuminated. Beyond the solstice, the chamber remains completely and in total darkness.
Inside the chamber is much, much brighter, but even when it penetrates for the first time, it's amazing how it illuminates all the artwork as well, and it's a fantastic sight to see.
The large decorated stones that surround Newgrange and the selection of stones for incorporating into these special places was a main one of the big reasons why they chose such, if you like, particular stones to decorate and to place symbolically around these tombs and in particular locations. The large collection of quartz that you see at Newgrange is now entirely studding, if you like, the vertical revetment or wall which holds back the cairn. But in Neolithic times, there's a great debate going on as to whether some of that stone might have also been lying on the ground as a kind of pavement in front of the monument as well. So bear in mind that the modern construction is not quite what would have existed in Neolithic times.
And the population at that time of Ireland was around, well, archaeologists estimate around 40,000. So, you know, you consider the size of this monument. I mean, that mound is 80 meters across. The amount of work and time and effort that must have gone into building this, and resources. So it was obviously very, very important to them.
But they did have it easier, Tom. The climate was warmer then, wasn't it?
Yeah. 2 degrees.
I'm sure, yeah.
2 degrees warmer on average, they reckon.
It was a little bit warmer.
A little bit warmer. 5,000 years ago was when the monument was built, and that's, if you like, 5 to 7, 8,000 years after the ending of the last ice age. So Ireland became quickly populated and inhabited once the ice age had ended and the glaciers had retreated and melted.
The sun is just getting that little bit too high in the sky, for so the alignment is breaking.
The reason I'm still holding the mic is my hands won't open. They're frozen.
And we'll give you a good breakfast afterwards.
The sun is getting brighter, so people should be careful not to stare at it now at this point. It was all right at sunrise, but now it's getting getting too bright.
Leontia, was today the best of the solstice days, or?
So far this year?
Yes.
Absolutely. It was perfect in every respect. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think we've had a solstice as good as this since the Millennium Dawn solstice. The Millennium Dawn solstice, again, was just perfect. So again, it shows the power of positive thought. When you really want it to happen, it'll happen. What happened yesterday was there was a band of cloud in the sky just on the local horizon. So the sun rose up into the cloud. So no alignment, of course, at that point, but it rose above the cloud and then was in the chamber at about 9:05 and remained till about 10 past.
You can also see the entrance stone, or the door stone as it's often called, just to the right of the entrance to the passage. Presumably in Neolithic times that would have been blocking the entrance, except for times or when burials were actually being undertaken and access to the chamber itself was required. So we assume that that was the purpose of that stone. No other passage tomb, to my knowledge, has such a feature, and no other passage tomb has a roof box, with the exception perhaps of Tomb G in Carrowmore, or Carrowkeel rather, where there certainly is a feature that resembles very closely what we see here at Newgrange.
Again, there you can just see the lintel over the roof box. Although the roof box itself wasn't rediscovered until 1963, that lintel was always visible.
Visitors have been coming to Newgrange for a very long time, for centuries. And in fact, the Welsh antiquarian Edward Clwyd in 1699 is credited with having visited and recorded and drawn the passage, although stories tell us that he was a very poor surveyor and had no drawing skills himself, and got his assistants to do the drawing. He was one of the first, certainly, to rediscover, if you like.
Just checked my watch there, now it's 9:15 and the sun is well up in the sky. And again, as we, just to reiterate, the valley just looks spectacular.
Well, it's probably about, what you said there were what, 28,000?
28,106.
Right, so you multiply that by about 7, right?
Leontia, do it.
We're talking an average about 124,000. It's now nearly 9:30, and as you can see there, there is still some sun in the passage. As I was saying, it'll be there for another 15 minutes or so.